resign because of what you're doing to the environment?
All right, Scott Pruitt, the latest cabinet official or Trump higher up to get the restaurant treatment or outside the home treatment or in the home treatment, you name it. It's gotten to be a familiar drill here. Scary one sometimes, regardless of what you think of Mr. Pruitt or what have you. Comes on the heels, as I said, of the Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen being shouted down during dinner. All these groups that assemble outside Trump cabinet officials' homes and the like. Randy Sutton says these protesters could set a dangerous precedent that could easily escalate. Randy, very good to have you.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Neil. Thanks for having me.
What do we do this? Obviously, it's a country where you're free to protest. I didn't know you're free also to walk into a restaurant and disturb all the other patrons while you do it. But people are free to do this. But I always wonder how this escalates the tension.
Well, the escalation here can be truly dangerous. You know, people act differently when they are individually approaching someone or whether they're in a group of people. Now, what we saw with the Scott Pruitt, this was clearly a target of opportunity. She saw him. She got her little camera out. She took her baby in her arms. I mean, she knew all about the optics. And let's call it what it is, Neil. This is bullying. That's all it is. It's dividing our nation.
How do you keep it safe for people? And regardless of what people think of either this woman or the cabinet secretary, I'm wondering for other patrons here how you keep this down so it doesn't escalate into something that could be threatening.
Well, in reality, the restaurant owners who really have responsibility for the safety of their people should be calling the police, and they should be extricated immediately. You know, here's the thing. You know, we have this escalating problem with this bullying taking place, this division, and then you got Maxine Waters, who's like hanging around her cauldron, stirring the pot. And I want to talk about another politician that wanted to pit groups of people against each other, which is exactly what's happening here. And it led to deadly consequences. His name was Adolf Hitler. And he took groups of people, pitted them against each other.
I think we're taking a little bit of a leap there, but I do understand your concern as just someone who wants to keep people safe. But I am curious about this. How do we sort of detensify things? I think on both sides sometimes they can get in each other's faces, and we can't just have a normal conversation. We have to storm into a restaurant. We have to ruin it for everyone in the restaurant. We have to make a statement. It's going to be that no matter who you are, someone recognizes you, think, you know, the better part of Valor, we don't think you should be in this restaurant. And then you start picking and choosing who gets to go to public places.
Right.
I don't know what that solves.
It's indecency, and this is where leadership really has a responsibility. The people in leadership positions, instead of calling for divisiveness and division and calling for people to harass others, need to talk about what makes this country great, and that is tolerance for each other. This indecent type of behavior is not only an embarrassment to our nation, but it is leading to dangerous situations. And it's just a matter of time, Neil, before this escalates.
Well, I hope you're wrong on that, but the trend is not. That's certainly not been society's friend. Randy Sutton, thank you very, very much. Good seeing you.
It's always a pleasure, Neil. Thanks.
All right. It might be a timely reminder as we get ready for the 4th of July that we're all Americans, right? Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals. We can argue, we can disagree. That old line, you don't have to be disagreeable. You don't have to chase people out of restaurants or shout them down or curse them down. Let's find a better way to do this. There are more things that bond us than divide us. Try to remember that. I think our forefathers got it. The 5 is now.